Chapter 9. Trust. We trust givers. We have all had our trust broken. It hurts, saddens us, makes us fearful, and causes us to isolate ourselves from people to the point that we interact and share less because we don't want to take the chance of getting hurt again. From experience, we learn how to filter out the people we cannot trust. We were created with instincts in order to survive by questioning the intent of others to protect ourselves. Instincts and time have trained us to judge everyone with fear and doubt. On the other hand, we earn trust from others by giving our best self to them consistently over time and by being reliable and dependable. I am trusted because I am trustworthy. If I break that trust, it takes a long time, if ever, to gain it back. When losing trust in others is wising up. We have all known or watched people pretend to give unconditionally, but then later it is revealed that they had a conditional motive with an expectation of getting sex or money in return for their giving. Those motives are part of human nature. Everyone has them to various degrees. So how can we trust that anyone gives unconditionally? Is anyone capable of unconditional giving with no return motive or expectation? We have all been tricked and lied to, so we wonder if unconditional giving by others is even possible. Some people think that if others have not turned cold-hearted and hard-hearted by now, it just means that they are naive and have not yet learned. That is how many people feel. So, in a world where we need to be more and more on guard, how do we become innocent like children again after we are hurt? Becoming open to trusting is possible, but it takes time. You're being nice to me, someone thinks. That must mean you want something from me. You must be trying to trick me or hurt me. It's sad that most of us have lost trust in each other, believing that unconditional giving is impossible. We can each work to repair that negative belief by being an example for others to see that genuine unconditional giving is possible. What the world needs is enough people to actually become unconditional givers, showing others through their example that unconditional giving is possible. We all know that building trust, like earning financial credit, takes time, and that lost trust is hard to get back. Throughout our lives, we have experienced being hurt by the selfish motives of others. We have been shaped through experience to believe that true love and true unconditional giving are not real. We have wanted to believe otherwise, but many of us have given up. Building trust in others and believing that others are capable of unconditional giving is not an overnight process. It is not a switch that we can simply flip, not when there is so much negative history. Most people in the world are like scared, abused animals, and we need time to thaw out. It takes time for us to develop trust again once it is lost. But with witnessing and experiencing enough examples of real unconditional giving over time, it can be done. There is hope. Healing takes time and patience. Until enough people start trusting and giving unconditionally on a wide-scale basis, many of us will be like the two cats I volunteered to keep for someone who became homeless due to a narcotic problem. The cats had been neglected and were scared. When I first got them, they didn't trust me, so I needed to be patient with them. I had to go slowly when approaching to pet them, to gain their trust over time. I talked to them in a soft voice so that they felt safe. It takes time to heal and to trust again, but it is possible with kindness, patience, and love. Trusting that unconditional giving is possible allows others to practice it. Some people have difficulty receiving from others. Why? Because they have lost trust that others can give to them unconditionally, and they don't want to owe anyone in the future, so they don't allow it. They don't trust that the giver's intentions are unconditional. But by not trusting that another is capable of unconditional giving, they don't allow the other the opportunity to give unconditionally. They don't believe that it's possible to give without motives. They suspect that anyone giving to them without terms laid out up front will have strings attached, a future expectation of sex, money, or some other future favor. Do not convert unconditional giving to conditional giving. Sadly, there is not a lot of pure unconditional giving in this world, but we can change that. Be an example of an unconditional giver to teach others that it is possible. Unfortunately, unconditional giving can be converted by us later to conditional, strings attached giving by calling in a favor to someone we helped in the past. It is not appropriate to expect someone to pay us back if we claim to have given unconditionally in the first place. If an individual converts unconditional giving to conditional, that teaches others to believe that unconditional giving does not really exist. We teach others by our example. People need to witness examples of sustained unconditional giving over time to believe that it is possible and eventually to become unconditional givers themselves. Let's say that you decide to give someone money unconditionally. If you expect to get the money back at some point in the future, then the giving becomes conditional. To give someone money unconditionally means that you don't resent her or him when she has an opportunity to do something for you in the future and doesn't. Or you ask her to help you and she declines. Will you resent her? Your instincts will tell you to. You will think that she owes you. But if you do, then you have converted an unconditional gift to a conditional one. You can justify being a victim and think about how this person should act another way because of what you did for her in the past. But the goal is to keep unconditional giving permanently unconditional. That means you are not owed anything in any way ever by those to whom you give gifts.